Hello everybody, here is Leo, CEO of AutoDS. Today we have a very special interview about the last update which eBay had on October 2018 about the new update of returns policy. So eBay released an update about the returns policy, and we will talk today with Ilia from Dropshipping expert about how to avoid high returns rate and defects rate on your eBay account. So today, Ilia with us. Hey Ilia, how are you?
Hi, what's up? Nice to meet you. I'm
Nice.
Ilia from eBay Expert. So today we were talking about two very important topics. One is the eBay update from last October about accepting automatically the return requests. And another very important topic, how to avoid, especially to get defect rate and what is the consequences on this. So we will start at the eBay update itself. In last October this year, eBay update regarding every topic of the return request and the high volume of the return rate. So what they do, they actually start to monitor the return rate, and every person that will have a high return rate, he actually will pay consequences. The consequences, it will be like another fees, another payment to eBay, not regarding the monthly payment, but regarding the defect, the return rate, that it's high. Another thing that they did is to accept automatically returns. When we had a couple months before, we needed to accept the return request and then send a shipping label. Today we're not needed because eBay accepted this by themselves. The propose in this situation that eBay will not have sellers that will not accept return requests. They have a lot of sellers that didn't approve on time, didn't approve at all. So eBay needed to step in and to help the seller. So what happened, they avoid this by choosing automatically accepting return requests, and they actually stop this. So when we have a return, they accept it automatically, and we just need to take control on the return and to refund the buyer on time. Another very important topic is how to reduce the high return rate. We found a very good way to try to avoid this by choosing not to be covered by eBay return policy. That means that we go with the buyer himself and talk with messages, and we accept in our side the agreement to ship him the return label in the message without opening any return request, and give him a refund on time. And this is something that we do only with cheap items, because we need eBay cover if it's high profit items or it's high risk items. So we need actually help from eBay. So we don't choose this option when it comes to like $60, $70 and more. But it's good way to reduce the return rate when we are selling cheap items. And actually a lot of buyers can do this without open a return request, and it's working great. We will skip. If you have any question regarding this, I can answer this. If not, we can skip to the defects.
So what you say is that you suggest to do this return process only for cheap products, because when you use expensive products, so you will not get the eBay fees back, and then you lose a lot of money.
Yes, another thing that we need eBay, it's because if the buyer will not choose to send the item back, so we actually need the cover if it's expensive items. We need that eBay will see that we accept this return, and we communicate with the buyer, and we try to fix this solution. Because if it's expensive items, we need to be covered by eBay. If not, we can lose money on this.
Cool. So for cheap products, it's worth it. Even if we lose a bit money, it's better than get higher.
Yeah, because eventually, this is the same way. If you will have a return rate high, eBay will give you a lot of fees. And it's very, I think most important is to have your store clean without any return rates that high. I know that it's not possible, but you know, when you are working with good suppliers and they are trusted, you don't have any returns. Like, you have very low percentage of the returns. If you work with Chinese suppliers, and everybody knows that Chinese suppliers have such and such items, so yeah, we will have high return rates. It's very important to find also a trusted supplier to work with.
Okay, cool. So what about the defect rate? What do you suggest?
Yeah, so about the defect rate, we need to understand that this year on eBay take the whole package of checking seller in the all ways. That means in feedbacks quantity, negative or positive, in return rates, if they high, they will get you fees, and defects. If you will get more than 3-4 defects, it's below standard. Below standard means that you will have to pay more fees to eBay. And below standard, this is something that's very hard to get rid of, because every account, first of all, it's individual. Because if you want to get out with the defect rate by clean way, that means you will have like 3-4 months of more than 500 sales, something like this. But it's individual for every account. Defect is very important to our side, because eBay don't give us a lot of chance not to refund on time the buyer, and not to have a lot of cases. And it's very important to us to be there when the buyer need us to the custom service. So what I suggest is something like this. First of all, we need to give us a ground rule. The ground rule is we never cancel by ourselves orders. We never do this. If we want to cancel this, the only way that we can cancel it is to send the buyer a message and to explain him what happened. Try to not take more, try to not show by messages that you 100% responsible. Try to get rid the responsibility, or another topic, like if it's late, weather, if it's something regarding item not received, maybe a problem with his address or something like this. Try to find, be creative. This is what I mean. So the ground rule is don't choose to cancel the order. Send the buyer a message. Try to tell him that you want to refund his money, so he need to ask to cancel his order by himself. And this is the best way to avoid any defects on your account. The second way is the normal way, of course. We need to be here all the time. If we understand that we have a return request, we need to understand that we have like 7 days to follow this and to give the buyer a refund, and to try to be like, I know that I have like in 2 days vacation, so I know that I will take my PC because I have a responsibility for this buyer. As my partnership for eBay, I agreed to give the return request, and I agreed to all these policies. So we need to be responsible to it also. If you have any more questions, I'm here to answer.
So actually, I want to add something. Communication is one of the most important things on eBay. It's not only because of the defects, but actually we have on our feedbacks also communication rate, which is super, super, super important for our ranking on Cassini and on the search results. I think that you covered most of the things. I think that the things that you say about the how to cancel products, it will also cause us less negative feedbacks, which is also very, very good for us.
Yeah, because you asking the buyer, you give him opportunity to choose what he wants. You not cancel this by yourself automatically.
Yeah, because even if we just cancel and write that buyer requested it, it's a problem, because then we will just get a negative feedback.
Yeah.
Cool.
This is how we avoid this, because if I will send a message to my buyer and I will tell him like, hey, how are you? I'm sorry that I can't send this item. I checked this item by myself and I see a small scratch on this. Do you want to wait such time, or do you want to cancel it? It will give him a lot of ways that you care about him, and he will not give you a negative experience.
Cool. Okay. Thank you very much, Ilia. It was a very interesting interview. I'm sure that it will help a lot of sellers and dropshippers. And thank you. Do you have something to add?
No, that's all. Thank you for your time, and I wish you all good luck.
Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.